Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelorette Nation News. I've got a couple of videos for you on this Cyber Monday. This one right here, Hannah Brown talking about her relationship with Colton Underwood. Hindsight is 2020. She shares a little bit in her new book about that relationship. We'll get into that in a minute. And then I just made a video about Kaylin and Dean. Dean saying he wants Kaylin to propose to him. We'll go through that story and a couple other pieces of content coming your way. I'm live from New York City in my mobile studio in the hotel over here. I'll be back in just 2 days in Los Angeles, and we'll wrap up 2021 from the home studio in Los Angeles, California. But I appreciate you sticking with me while I've got the mobile setup. The lighting and sound, it's all a little different, but we're hanging in there. The new computer arrives in 3 weeks, so I'm going to have blazing fast processing, new clips, video, audio, all the fun stuff coming your way. So thank you so much for sticking around. You can hit the subscribe button for future content. In New York, I mean, we've had a crazy week. We started out doing Christmas-themed Disney in Orlando. We did Harry Potter Universe at Universal. And now we just did the Rockettes here at Radio City Music Hall in New York City, plus a ton of other Christmas activities. If you enjoy the Christmas season and want to be a part of our festivities, you can go to my vlog channel, Dave Neal Vlogs. There's a link in the description below, and you can see Vlogmas. Vlogs are video logs. They're vlogs. They're journals. They're fun music and fun editing. It's way different than the content I make here. And then Vlogmas is Christmas-themed vlogs. I do them every day of December, from December 1st all the way up to Christmas Eve, and it's a ton of fun. I've already prepared a few of the episodes. I'll give you a sneak peek later this week, but they drop December 1st on Wednesday, so you're going to see all of that. So go to the vlog channel and support that content. I really appreciate it. So we'll get into this video right here, but first I have to tell you, we started our toy drive on Friday. I couldn't have expected that you guys would be so generous. We have donations ranging from $1 to $500, tons of $100. Every donation counts. A $2, a $5, a $1,000 donation to Dave Neal's Bachelor Nation Toy Drive. $5,700 has been raised. 57% of our month-long goal was raised in only 3 days. So thank you guys so much for that. You can donate in the link below. So many of you. I'll be reading all your names on a future video, but I appreciate y'all so much. All right, let's get into this story right here. I mean, to think, we didn't know if we'd be able to hit 10,000. Now it's like, can we get this 10,000 in the next week or so? Hannah Brown felt like Colton Underwood didn't even want to be kissing me on The Bachelor. Now, if you don't know, obviously, if you're new to the channel, Colton Underwood has come out as gay since that season, of course, and through other turmoil that he has faced, some of it his own doing, in trying to mask his sexuality, not just from others, but from himself. We have to have grace and empathy for the process that some people go through to come out, where, there may be, he went on the biggest dating show in the universe, at least our known universe, to try to find heterosexual love as one last ditch effort. He even went so far as to stalk and harass his ex, allegedly. And we talk about that all the time, ad nauseum here. And we'll have to see on December 3rd, which I believe is Friday, if any of that was brought up in his documentary. I'll be doing some live streams about it. I'll be making tons of content. We'll get into all of that. But in the meantime, Hannah Brown released her book, I think just a couple days ago, and is talking a little bit about a whole bunch of topics, from Jed asking about Pilot Pete's wang size to understanding and realizing Colton wasn't necessarily into her. Audiences were introduced to Hannah Beast Brown, when she stepped out of the limo on night 1 of Colton Underwood's season of Bachelor in January 2019. In her new book, God Bless This Mess, she wrote about what it was like to date him, specifically what it was like to date someone who'd later come out as gay. I kept getting the feeling that something was off, Hannah Brown wrote, a feeling like he didn't even want to be kissing me. Some of the other girls felt like something was off too, and honestly, I didn't know what to think. But I have to tell you guys, there must have been a lot of group text messages happening when Colton came out of the closet, because I don't think, there weren't really any strong rumors that he was gay. Maybe, you hear that all the time. Oh, maybe Chris Harrison's gay. Oh, Dave's gay. It's one of those things people throw around all the time. I think it's important to give people the space to come out if that's what they are, but also, try to live in a world where it's embraced when you come out of the closet. I think the problem with Colton Underwood is it's like, well, we can embrace you coming out as gay, but you've also never properly addressed stalking and harassing your ex. And the main comment I get from you guys that disagree with my take on that in the comment section is, look, Cassie moved on. They're perfectly fine. And it's like, I don't look at it in such a myopic way. Not about Cassie necessarily. It's about all the people that see Colton as a influencer, as somebody with a massive following that's not properly addressing the toxic and illegal things that he did, allegedly. That was in all the reports that, of course, the case was dropped after Cassie retained a powerful attorney named Brian Friedman, and money was probably exchanged and the case disappeared. That's not the proper way to get justice. No one's asking for him to go behind bars. People are asking for him to have a long podcast conversation about it. Talk about the toxicity, the addiction, the jealousy, the codependency, whatever it may be, whatever therapy he's done. You sort of owe it to your audience to explain yourself so that others who might be in similar circumstance dealing with situations don't stalk and harass their ex. I don't think that's asking too much. People tell me I'm jealous of him and this and that. I don't think it's asking too much to have a fellow man own up to what he has done wrong so that others can follow a blueprint that'll help avoid traumatizing people for life, because that's what he did. He put trauma and he triggered a whole bunch of people that have had other of their own jealous exes stalk them, harass them, and in other situations that can be completely avoided through proper therapy, communication, and love. Hannah Brown wrote that they even had a conversation where she straight up told him she was having doubts. Hannah told Colton, I feel like I'm on this cliff, and with all the drama that's happened, I feel like I want to back away from the edge. Either that or I just want to jump and really allow myself to start giving my heart to you. His response was that he had already jumped and asked her to jump with me. Of course, at this point in his timeline, he had already made out with guys. He had already explored his homosexuality, but was still like deep in the closet trying to make heterosexuality work. I get this. One of my best friends in college came out to me after dating a handful of women and genuinely believing his own lies of where he was. It was something, I understand. As soon as I got in the car to go on that date, I got this feeling in my gut that something was wrong, Hannah Brown wrote. It's like we just weren't connecting the way we were supposed to, she continued. Colton Underwood chose Cassie Randolph. Famously, he jumped a fence for her in Portugal, I believe, and the two dated around a year and a half, announcing their breakup in May 2020. That was way before the Delta variant, the Omicron variant, the Lambda variant, the Mu variant. Remember the good old days of COVID? Randolph was later granted a restraining order against him, alleging he had spied on her. It was dropped in November 2020. Of course, we go into way more detail than this because it wasn't just dropped. It was dropped, it was, innocent until proven guilty. But in a case like that, we all know what went down. And over 2 years after he was the star of The Bachelor in April 2021, Colton Underwood came out as gay in an interview on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts. And of course, Robin Roberts did very little to press him on any of the topics, regarding Cassie Randolph. So good to know. I've ran from myself for a long time, he said in the interview. I've hated myself for a long time. I came to terms with that earlier this year, and I've been processing it. And the next step in all of this was sort of letting people know. He also apologized to the contestants on his series, saying, do I regret being The Bachelor? Do I regret handling it the way that I did? I do. I do think I could have handled it better. I just wish I wouldn't have dragged people into the mess of figuring out who I was. And then, of course, Colton famously says he doesn't F with Bachelor anymore. And it's one of those things. You don't get to give back the platform you received. So he received 1 million followers, essentially became a millionaire from it, profiting docuseries on Netflix. And in return, he goes, oh, I don't F with them anymore. Oh, who? The people that built you? I understand not wanting to bend the knee at Bachelor Nation. I understand not wanting to answer to all of their obsessiveness. But at the same time, they helped build you. And I think he needs to forever be indebted for that, even though he says he regrets going on the show, the amount of doors it has opened for him. And maybe it accelerated his process of coming out. As he says, he came out because he had somebody that caught him at a massage parlor in Los Angeles, and they were going to out him as gay. They were going to extort him. So that's why he ended up doing it himself, which the whole story kind of makes him seem like a victim, which I don't like. And we don't know what's true and what's not anymore, because when you've proven that you're a liar, it's hard to believe what you have to say. Of the revelation, Hannah Brown wrote in her book, a couple of years later, when I saw Colton come out as gay on Good Morning America, I'd see that same freeness for him, and it made me happy. And that's true. You can be happy for Colton and still understand there's other dynamics that caused a lot of toxicity. It also helped me better understand why things just felt a little off between us, because he felt off with himself. He wasn't living the truth, she added. Colton will appear in a 6-episode docuseries coming out, Colton, which starts on December 3rd on Netflix. And of course, I don't encourage anyone to watch it if they don't want to, but I will be covering it very closely to see exactly what he addresses. Will he address the Cassie Randolph situation in a way that he incriminates himself and actually admits to all of his wrongdoing, or will he sort of do some legal talk? My guess is that it'll be very legally, put in a place where he doesn't incriminate himself, and he has the right to that. I just think I don't think at this point Cassie's going to sue him. They already settled. So I think he should tell his story. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Get back to me. And again, don't forget the Marine Toys for Tots fundraiser drive is live. If you haven't donated, we would love your donation. It helps underprivileged kids all across the country open a present on Christmas. What's better than that? And also, if you want to see live stand-up comedy tonight, 9:30, Greenwich Village Comedy Club in Manhattan. And tomorrow night, Tuesday, at Crystal Lake, a cool hip bar in Williamsburg, Brooklyn at 8 p.m. And then we're going back to Los Angeles where it's a lot warmer. All right, folks, talk to you.